this is Faith and Books. I have been wanting to make a video, and this is probably going to be a very short one, but I want to make a video about my plans for 2022 because I am hoping that we'll have this successful read along of The City of God by Augustine, and that has sort of made me want to orient 2022 towards reading a lot of stuff from Antiquity. I am not that well read when it comes to those works, and I've always wanted to be better read. And so I thought, I'm in the mood for it right now. Anyway, I'm in the mood for it, and so I really am thinking of focusing on that. Now, not exclusively. I'm still going to be in the Victorian Read Along Club, and I'm in the Humorous Book of the Month Club. So, and there's going to be other things too. I'm not only going to read works from Antiquity, but I do want to kind of focus on them. So, I've been watching, oh my gosh, the name is escaping me, A Cruel Reader's Thesis. Yeah. And he's been talking about he's really well read. And he's been talking about his favorite classics from Greece and Rome. And that really inspired me. All sorts of things have been kind of coming together to make me think that this is what I need to be doing. I forgot to bring it. I ordered a study guide from the city, a study guide of the City of God from this homeschool. Well, it's not just homeschool. Other private Christian schools use their curriculum as well. Anyway, I ordered it from them, and they sent a calendar, and the calendar is like mostly got quotes from classics. Just a few maybe from the Middle Ages, but most of them from Greece and Rome. So I was like, okay, this is their calendar for 2022, and I was thinking about focusing on ancient works, so maybe this is a sign. And then, in addition to wanting to read some classics, all this buildup, I'm not really going to be reading that many, right? I don't have that many in my mental TBR. But I also wanted to go back to studying Latin again, because when I first started BookTube, how many years ago? Just a couple of years ago? I had just taken the third level National Latin exam. I've forgotten it all now. So I'm going to have to go back, and then I haven't done much at all since then. So that was that was the night before they shut down Virginia. The governor shut down Virginia, or locked down Virginia for COVID. So, yeah, that was the last night. We knew it was coming. Remember, we were all talking about it. So I'm glad I got it under my belt. And I did well on it. I did well. So, but since I learned Latin late in life, I think I just have to go back and really review it. So I'm going to spend the first couple of months just reviewing grammar and vocabulary, and then I'll start working on it more systematically. My plan is to, in the morning, read my City of God 3 or 4 days a week, and then the other 3 or 4 days a week work on Latin. But while I was, this is another one of those incidences where it's all coming together. While I was reading Augustine's Confessions, in the footnotes, the translator referenced a book. It referenced this book. Can you see it? Oh, let's see. Yeah. And I had bought this book a couple years ago. I don't know how long. Because I'd heard Bishop Robert Barron mention it, and it piqued my interest. And it's published by Catholic University. The guy was a professor of philosophy. That's where my youngest daughter goes. So anyway, and I'm interested in theology, so it sounded good. So I got it. So then it was just mentioned in this translation of Confessions that I just read. So I opened it up. I found it. It took me a couple of days to figure out where it was, because I just bought it and I never even opened it, which is bad. But anyway, I got to the first chapter, and it's on Anselm. Can you see? I don't know if you can. And there's so much Latin in it that he's translating. So I'm just gonna, I was thinking I can start practicing my Latin. Sorry, moving this. Oh, sorry. By reading through these Latin quotes from Anselm. they're pretty straightforward. They're not difficult, but in it I can practice like my subjunctives and stuff like that I've forgotten. Um, so I actually started to do it already. So that's sort of that was another thing. Okay, first I got this calendar, and then I wanted to study Latin, and I just happened to remember this book, and I happened to go and get it, and it happens to have easy to translate Latin. So anyway, so I feel inspired. I feel like, the gods are with me in my endeavor. So some of the books that I want to read The Consolation of Philosophy, which is a medieval work, actually, early medieval, I believe. It was 6th century, something like that. But I do want to read that. I've been wanting to read that for ages, and I know Christy Lewis at Dostoevsky in Space read it and did a review of it, which I found really interesting. I've been wanting to read that for a while. And I found out that it's on LibriVox. So I think I might try to make it an audio that I listen to in 2022. I also want to read Ovid's Metamorphoses, and that I need to get the text, I think, and read it because it's poetry. And that might be a slow read. I don't know how I'm going to read that one, but because poetry is hard for me to stick to. And so we'll have to see how I work that in. But I've been wanting to read that for years and years. So I'm going to do it in 2022. And then what was the other work? Now I'm losing. Oh, yeah. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I have that somewhere in my house. I don't think that would be good on audio. So I think I'll try to read that as well, maybe. But those are the 3 that I'm really thinking of reading. And of course, I'm also going to be rereading City of God, which is a classic, which was really written at the very end of the Roman Empire, right before it fell. So that's what I'm thinking of. I want to do. Oh, and I have been thinking about this for a few months, and during Shake-tember, I actually bought some. I decided I'm going to try and read Shakespeare's plays next September that are based in the classical world. So I got Coriolanus, I think. I saw that at a secondhand shop, and I'll look for the other ones. I've never read Antony and Cleopatra, so I might read that one. Is that what it's called? Didn't he write that? One of them about Mark Antony. And of course, Julius Caesar. I've seen that a couple times. I've read it several times. I don't know if I'll revisit that if I'll have time. But anyway, so next year I'm going to focus on Antiquity, and I'm going to make another video that's more prepared than this, of all the books that I've already read that I really like from Antiquity or about Antiquity. I think that would be a fun thing to do. So set in Antiquity. So, okay, so that's it for me. Those are my very vague 2022 plans. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be really neat to immerse myself. I've always been really attracted to the classics and classical education, that sort of thing. So I think it'll be fun. And I mean, it's hard though. You have to be disciplined and stick to it. But especially the Latin. We'll see how far I get with that one. But anyway, so that's it for me, and I will talk to you later. I hope you're doing well, and happy reading. Bye.